What's up guys, today is day 232 on our journey to 2000, and in today's video we're going to play a 10-minute rapid game. I also want to learn something from each game I play, so after we play the game, we're going to review the game as usual, but I'm also going to try to push one lesson for myself and maybe for you guys in terms of understanding a certain position or some concept to kind of learn something every day on this journey too. Let's get started. We're playing against a 1657 rated player, wow, okay. And they are from Peru or Netherlands. I knew that. Netherlands. Okay, so far everything's pretty normal. They might go for the Austrian attack, but then we have knight c6, I believe. Let's go knight c6. We attack the center. He comes here. We could come here. So we might castle next for the rook to support the queen. This looks funny. This weakens this pawn. Can we fight in the center? If he comes here, we could bring the knight back. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't think that was a good move by my opponent. We could take with the pawn, then push this. Takes. Let's try that. Maybe I should have taken, I don't know, but no, I don't know. Knight coming back supports this. If he checks, we just bring the king back. If he takes, we can take. I don't know, it's tricky. Let's bring it back. If we take like this, queen comes... we could take with the knight. Queen can't come here anymore. Yeah, let's take with the knight. Now the idea will be to put pressure really quickly and maybe even trade queens, and then I think we're in a slightly better position, possibly. Okay, well, we can check now and then take the knight, so that doesn't make sense. We can check and then take the knight, but then he can take this. We come here. Actually, he has nothing after that, so let's do that. Yeah, right? Take, check. Here, the rook could check, but then the king comes here. And I don't think he has anything. But then his rook can come here attacking our queen. It gets very tricky, actually. Because then if our queen comes here, his queen could come here. But then the pawn comes here. I think we take. But we're opening up the rook. This is tricky. Let's take. Actually, maybe the rook coming here is really bad for us. I don't know. So we saw this move. I don't know the best way to deal with it. I was thinking now to bring the bishop here, but the king here targets the rook. Then the rook can target our queen. Our queen could come to the side here. And I don't know exactly what he would do. So let's do that. Actually, if we can, I think this knight move would be really strong. It targets the queen. It stops the rook from coming in. And it lets our rook to come to h8 and possibly just trap the queen maybe even. So if he doesn't go rook h5, I think we have a very good chance of... Oh, he also has knight h3. Knight h3 is a scary looking move. Okay, so good. He didn't really do anything. Here we could bring our knight here targeting the queen. He could check, but then we just block with the bishop. I think this is good. Let's do this. Okay, we could bring the rook here. He'll bring it here. Ooh, this is really cool. Rook comes in attacking the queen. Queen goes to the side to protect his rook. Knight comes here attacking the queen. Then what do? You can't protect everything. Let's do that. What a beautiful set of moves. But then he does win the rook and the bishop. I still think it's worth it. Now let's be careful. Can the queen go somewhere very scary? Maybe? I don't see it though. So let's take. Oh, you see, I didn't see that check. I'm very bad at seeing the checks, and I might have lost the game because of that. Let's see. King here. Does he have any other checks? He could take here. That was bad. That was not good at all. King here. Well, I guess king here looks good, but then the queen comes in and that might be a checkmate. So king here. What checks does he have? He has this check, which makes the most sense. Takes with check. King back. And we would continue the game. Another move is here, but then we already kind of looked at that. Queen comes here attacking the king. Maybe knight blocks. Also protecting the pawn. Now he has... Does he have any check after that? That's scary. I guess he could check like this, which is kind of funny. Then the king can come back. This might work. Now, am I missing any other types of checks? I don't think so. So let's do it. Of course, we have to be careful of the bishop. But if the bishop goes forward, we take the knight and get a checkmate. So that doesn't make sense. Unless he could bring the bishop with check. So we have to be careful, actually. One interesting move is moving the knight here. He can't take, because then we take with checkmate. And this would probably lead to checkmate. Yeah, actually, now that I think of it, knight e2 could be really powerful at it. Maybe. Aha, I did not expect that move. Let's see if the knight move still works. Does he have any checks? No. He could take. Does he have any stalemates? I don't think so. Let's move the knight back. This also attacks the queen. Ah, the queen watches over the knight, actually. He could bring the bishop to b5. But then we could go a6. Yeah. This is the move I mentioned. But then what if we go a6? Is there, again, a checkmate I'm missing? If he takes, we take. Does he have any checks? He has the queen going all the way here. We could go here. Queen goes here. We could go there. There could be a checkmate if I'm not careful. Now, let's think of it this way. If we bring the knight here, he could take it back, so that doesn't make sense. What if we bring the queen here? This might work. Bring the queen here. What checks does he have? He could take with the rook, we take with the bishop. He could take our queen, we take his queen. Yeah, I actually like this move. Like, what check does he have here? He has no way to put pressure here either. Because the knight covers these two squares, the pawn covers this, and the queen covers this. So he might trade, and then trade here. Okay, he resigned. Alright, that was scary, and it was, you know, it was much lower rated than us. It was a scary game. Lately, I'm not taking rating into account. So we said we want to learn, or I said I want to learn one thing from each game. That means even if we win, I want to learn from it. We had 0 blunders. We played like a 2100, but we had 2 misses according to the computer, and 1 mistake. So having 1 mistake and 2 misses, I don't think that's a great thing. We played pretty well. We played nice. I mean, you could see this line. That's something. And let's go over the game, see what happened. Actually, I want to look at it without analysis myself, and then we're going to go over it together. Alright, I went over the game, and there's some interesting stuff. I'll turn the analysis on. I think I'm really confused with the purits and certain moves. I want to learn something from it, so we'll look at it a little bit here. So the first few moves, all of this is normal purits moves. Let's turn the review on so we could actually understand it together. All of this is fine. And here, with the pawn coming to f3 instead of f4, it feels less aggressive, but it's crazy how this is all book moves, and I'm still losing technically, like I'm down a pawn. So the purits is something that has to be very interesting. The computer likes knight d7, I'm assuming to go b6. I wasn't sure if knight c6 was a bad move, but it did feel weird because the pawn could attack my knight, and then where is my knight going? It wasn't super clear to me. So I do understand that knight d7, or it seems like knight d7 makes a lot more sense now. Let's say the pawn went forward though. Coming here, maybe trading off this bishop would be fine. But maybe the point is to just attack right away with c5. Something like the queen coming here. I mean, maybe c5 is a move. Computer doesn't like it, so c6. And I guess because the queenside castling kind of indicates this rook indirectly attacking my queen, the purpose of this is to bring the queen to a5, have some targets, and to basically get it off of this line, which I do kind of understand that idea. So I should have known that the way he's playing indicates that this is a queenside castle, most likely, that he won't castle normally. And so I should kind of prepare with c6, c5 type ideas. But let's see what happens. Castling here was fine, and here going towards the center was terrible. Now, just looking at this for a split second and seeing my miss, I understand that taking the bishop here relieves, like, stress or whatever from the queen on the center of the board. The queen is kind of forced to stay on the side of the board. Now, I thought, oh, the queen's closer to my king. That seems to be bad, but it's not really, because now he's not in the center of the board. And here the computer likes taking on d4. I mean, the big thing, I'm saying all this blah, 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 but now I realize it's just I'm winning the center pawn, right? I'm removing the defense of this center pawn. That's why taking this bishop was the right move. So I should have seen that. That's a pretty simple concept. And if he castled, I'm guessing I just bring the knight back or push the pawn to support the knight. And computer likes pushing the pawn better. The only thing I would think of is, what if the center pawn gets targeted again? There's this, though. Maybe I move the queen somewhere. I'm not sure. Oh, knight can come here and attack the queen. So this looks like a nice move. And at this point, he would have to probably... Oh, this is actually tricky. Yeah, he would have to go somewhere where there's a potential discovered attack. So, you know, this isn't so simple. This is a beautiful fork. And actually, this is just completely winning. I don't need to see a computer to know that this is completely winning. I'm just winning stuff. And it makes more sense to take this, because if he takes this, this rook is doing nothing now, so it's just easier. Computer likes f6 afterwards. If he takes, there's probably some sort of, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I could just take the bishop. So there's a lot of cool ideas here. We weren't able to explore any of them, really. But let's see. Okay, I'm really happy c6 was the best move. Because breaking the center when being attacked on the side is a concept in chess that I'm starting to understand and see. Like, you could hear a concept, but I'm starting to see it a lot more often because of this opening. So that was really nice that I played the best moves here. Here, I thought taking towards the center and having an additional center pawn was smart, as opposed to bringing my knight here. And what was my next move here? d5. Okay, d5 was okay. h5 computer likes more. This makes sense, but... Oh, actually, no. This makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So, you know, this might be a moment where I should think, okay, what can I learn from this position? I played this move very quickly in 2 seconds because I had the idea to break open the center, even though I saw all this stuff coming in. So, what is the big idea here? The big idea in my head to help me see h5 is to say, hey, he's attacking me. h5 is a way to counterattack, which I already knew in the Pierts. But take this as a serious kind of countermeasure. If I go h5, what if he attacks my knight? That already looks like I want to give up on the idea. But I have h7, right? Something like this. If he goes forward, I have h7. Computer says knight e8 is even better. Maybe to put support on this pawn, maybe to reroute to c7 and go around. I'm actually not sure at all. Maybe to go to g7 long term. But knight h7, what does computer say? It's slightly worse. Actually, knight h7 makes sense to be worse because it's what is the pawn really? What is the knight doing here? Whereas if I go towards e8, I have more options essentially. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so h5. Okay, going forward, I felt might be a stupid move, but I wanted to attack in the center, and that was my stupid reasoning for it. Now, h5 is still something they consider. They were able to go h5 because of how I was playing. I considered queen a5 here, but instead I brought the knight back. Now, this was my one mistake in this game. Why was this a mistake? Why was it a mistake? He has knight c e2. Now this knight is safe, and he has a lot of forces going towards my king side, I guess. I don't know. Even right now, this doesn't seem like the worst case ever. But it just does stop my knight from going to f4, which is a nice outpost, because his knight covers it. So, how can I learn not to make this mistake of a move? Well, queen a5 puts an automatic kind of target here. But I was worried about this. I was worried about this. This is what I was worried about. And I saw this. Oops, not that. I saw some sort of mate here, right? The rook and queen coming together. So what's the big idea? By bringing the queen to a5? How does this help my position? I still have h5. Wow, h5 is that strong? Really? Even in this position? Because it blocks off the rook's access to these squares. Now, if he takes, it just seems stupid. Like, I'm just giving up pawns for no reason. I'm down 2 pawns. Right? I'm definitely down 2 pawns. But then I guess I win the knight back, and the reasoning is you're fine now? I don't know. This looks insane to me. I'm going to keep looking through this to try to understand. Now, here I could probably put a lot of pressure, which is I was hoping for him to take the pawn, so I could come in a potential game. But what is the idea here? Is the idea that I'm completely fine with these 2 pawns like pushing into my area like crazy? Like, that doesn't look good at all. Look at this craziness. This looks insane. This looks like I'm about to get checkmated. But I guess the idea is he's about to get checkmated if he's not careful. Wow. He's about to get checkmated. So, I mean, what? If he takes like this, I take it back. What if he targets this? What's the idea? Queen d1. He takes. Check. No. Bishop f5? This... What? Bishop f5 to stop the checkmate threat. He takes. Bro, how insane is this? This is coming with this. Like, what is this, man? This is some insane stuff. Oh, and I could force the trade of the queens. Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane stuff. Okay, that's like on another level. But okay, I shouldn't think that way. What is the big thing to learn here? I think the big thing to learn is that there's a lot of ways to counter. Jesus Christ. There's so many ways to counter and to open up the position. And here the whole idea of opening up the position, giving up your bishop, the whole idea is to trade queens like this. Wow. I don't know what you would call that, but that's genius. That's craziness. That's a computer move, but still, you know, I doubt I would have found something like that. So this was a real threat. H5 is a potential weapon, even when things look really terrible. Even when things look really terrible, it can be a weapon. So that's something I have to keep in mind. I don't know if I'm taking a huge lesson from this game. I didn't make any crazy blunders or anything. Yeah, and I calculated all this, so I knew I was fine. Computer likes bishop c4, putting more pressure on this, I suppose. Developing another piece. That makes a lot of sense. But I thought I was clever with these sets of moves. Now, instead of the knight move, the computer says I missed something by going queen d2, which I did see. I just was scared. I saw this move threatening to checkmate. I just didn't know what to do here. Like, he has knight e2. I could have given a check, but then he blocks. Okay, I probably didn't see that. So, what would have been the thing here? Yeah, that would have been a checkmate. Very crazy game. I thought this was all clever. Even here, computer liked queen d2. Right, because if he takes, I'm 1 square away from getting a freaking piece. He would have to, promoting, he would have to stop it, and then I win the rook, threatening to take the knight. There were so many tricks here. Trading queens was just a great way to end the threats. And queen e8 was the best move. So, guys, let me show you guys why other moves I was thinking weren't going to be as good. This gives up... Oh my god. Computer still likes it. I'm just winning by that much material. Never mind. But I was worried about a queen f8 check and just like a perpetual or something. And here he gave up because if he takes here and trades everything, he's going to lose this knight and it's just game over. And actually, after taking this bishop, this is a mate. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if we actually got one big lesson from this. I guess it's that h5 is just super strong, and I saw 1 or 2 ways it could be used to kind of counterattack. Hopefully you guys learned something from this, and I'm not just rambling on for too long. If you watched this far, though, say 50, because this guy was rated 1650, and I'll be 50 years old one day, and you guys might be too if you're not 50. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.